Welcome to tonight's story on our channel, where we bring you soothing tales of mystery and wonder to lull you into a peaceful slumber. Tonight, we invite you to step into the hushed corridors of a historic library, a place where time stands still and secrets lie hidden among the pages of ancient books. In the quiet hours after midnight, when the world sleeps, a dedicated night librarian uncovers a mystery that has lingered for centuries. Through secret passages, cryptic manuscripts, and whispered warnings, she embarks on a journey that will unlock the library's most profound secrets, and perhaps her own destiny. So, settle in, wrap yourself in your favorite blanket, and let the soft glow of this tale carry you into the calming embrace of the night. This is Midnight in the Library. The library stood like a monolith against the dark sky, its Gothic spires slicing into the moonlight. Inside, the air was thick with the smell of aged paper and varnished wood. The grand reading room was eerily quiet, the ticking of the ornate grandfather clock the only sound. Eliza, the night librarian, sat at the central desk, her silhouette framed by the dim glow of the desk lamp. She preferred these hours, away from the bustling daytime crowd. Here, she could immerse herself in the quiet hum of history. But tonight, the silence felt different, heavier. As the clock struck midnight, a faint shuffle echoed from the upper gallery. Eliza froze, her pen hovering above her notebook. She strained her ears, but the sound had faded, leaving only her heartbeat pounding in her ears. Probably just the old building settling, she muttered, trying to reassure herself. Yet, as she resumed her work, she couldn't shake the feeling that she wasn't alone. The shuffle returned, this time accompanied by a faint rustling. Eliza grabbed her flashlight and climbed the grand staircase to the upper gallery. Her steps echoed on the polished wood, each creak amplifying her unease. The gallery stretched out like a labyrinth, lined with towering shelves that seemed to reach for the heavens. She swept the beam of her flashlight across the rows, its light revealing dust motes dancing in the air. Then she saw it, a book lying open on the floor, far from its proper place. The pages were yellowed, the handwriting ornate and spidery. The title, inscribed in faded ink, read "The Codex of Shadows." Eliza knelt to examine it, her fingers brushing the strange symbols sketched on the open page. They weren't in any language she recognized, yet they tugged at something deep in her mind, as though she'd seen them before. A faint whisper, like the rustling of leaves, sent a chill down her spine. She spun around, but the gallery was empty. Clutching the book, she hurried back to her desk, her pulse racing. The Codex of Shadows consumed Eliza's thoughts. Its cryptic symbols and the eerie whisper haunted her as she scoured the library's archives for answers. By dawn, she'd uncovered references to a hidden chamber, a secret passage supposedly buried beneath the library's foundation. The next night, armed with a map she'd pieced together from old manuscripts, Eliza ventured to the basement. The air grew colder as she descended, the ancient stone walls closing in around her. Her flashlight flickered, casting dancing shadows. She found it, a hollow sound behind a bookshelf. After a struggle, she pushed the shelf aside, revealing a narrow passage carved into the stone. Her breath quickened as she stepped inside, the air damp and tinged with decay. The passage led to a small circular room. At its center stood a pedestal, upon which lay a brass key, its surface etched with the same symbols from the codex. As she reached for it, a low, guttural voice echoed around her. "You shouldn't be here." Eliza spun around, her flashlight illuminating the source of the voice. A cloaked figure, its face hidden in shadow. The figure stepped closer, the edges of its cloak brushing the ground soundlessly. "Who are you?" Eliza demanded, her voice steadier than she felt. "I am the keeper," the figure said, its voice a blend of whispers and echoes. "This library holds more than books. It safeguards knowledge too dangerous for mortal minds." Eliza tightened her grip on the flashlight, her curiosity battling her fear. "Why are you here? Why now?" The keeper gestured to the codex tucked under her arm. "You have awakened something ancient, something that should remain forgotten." Eliza's heart raced. What does it mean? The symbols, the whispers? The keeper was silent for a moment, then spoke. "The codex is a key, and you are its lock." Over the next nights, Eliza and the keeper engaged in a tense partnership. The codex's symbols unraveled secrets about the library's foundation, a nexus of power hidden beneath its floors. As the pieces fell into place, Eliza began to sense the truth. She was connected to this place in ways she couldn't comprehend. The final clue led them to a hidden chamber beneath the circular room. The walls were inscribed with glowing runes, and at the center stood an ancient mechanism, its gears dormant. "You must decide," the keeper said. "Unlock the knowledge within, or leave it buried forever. Once opened, there is no turning back." Eliza's hand hovered over the mechanism. The weight of history, mystery, and her own destiny bore down on her. With a deep breath, she turned the key. The library trembled, light flooding the chamber as the mechanism roared to life. The runes pulsed, their glow intensifying until the room was blinding. And then, silence. When the light faded, Eliza stood alone. The keeper was gone, and in her hands was the codex, its symbols now clear as day. She understood everything, but understanding came with a price. By morning, the library appeared unchanged, yet Eliza knew better. She resumed her post at the desk, the codex locked in a hidden drawer. The knowledge it contained weighed heavily on her, a secret she would carry alone. The whispers no longer haunted her. Instead, they spoke to her, a constant hum in her mind. She was no longer just a librarian. She was the keeper now, charged with guarding the library's secrets. As the clock struck midnight, Eliza glanced toward the upper gallery. The shadows seemed to shift, as if watching her. With a resolute smile, she picked up her pen and began to write. For some stories were meant to be told, while others were meant to be kept in the dark.